Hi, I'm Zoe McEwen, course consultant with the UK Academy of Wedding and Event Planning. And today I've got a Google Hangout with one of our students, Danielle Edmunds. She's studying our diploma in wedding planning, styling and design. And we're just going to have a chat to her about how she's got into the industry, how she found the course and what plans she's got for the future. So hi, Danielle.
Hi everybody.
Hi. So let's get started straight away, Danielle, with sort of before the course. What were you doing, and how did you come to start the course?
So the whole way events came into my life was I did a module in a travel and tourism course of college. I really enjoyed it, and it really stuck out more than the travel side of the course. And I'd done really well, and I thought that's actually something I could be really good at. After a job in a call center, and it was just a dead end job, and you sit there day after day, and I just realized that I wanted to do, I had a passion for it. So that's when I started researching online for courses, and after many different courses I came across the academy, which I'm so glad I did, because it was the best out of all of them.
Oh, thank you.
No problem.
So you were you looking for an online course?
Yeah, I still wanted to work full time because I was saving to move house, and I wanted it to be really nice and easy and flexible for me, so that I didn't have to drop all my social life. And I wasn't the most academic, so I felt that an online course would be better for me, rather than having to write 1,000-word essays that you get with, the Open University and everything. I just thought that it just sounded how it would work for me.
And I think also you can do the research in your own time. So it's not maybe like sitting in a lesson or a class where you're frantically taking notes or too scared to ask anything, or thinking, oh, I've spent all Saturday here and now I've still got to go home and do all of the work. I've sat and listened to someone and now I've still got to go home and do all the work, because the courses, you read the material and then you put into it in a way whatever you can manage to put into it. If you want to do extra research, then great, do extra research. If you want to style it in a certain way to suit you, you grow and you learn that. And your tutor's there all the time, because you can email and talk to them, so you don't feel like you're in a class of people where it's a silly question.
Yeah, that really stuck out for me. The course deadlines were a massive thing, because I always had a problem where I would be getting it on the deadline. I would hand in work. With the academy, everything I handed in, I was always 100% happy with it. And it's just having that kind of ease and relaxation off your shoulders, that you're handing in good work because you've got the time to make it good, and there's no pressure on it.
Okay, I've not thought about it like that. That you can say, well, actually, I won't hand it until I'll give myself another day and just make sure I've checked this through and I've got this right. Nobody's sort of mentioned that before, and that is a good way to look at it. You can exactly tailor it to suit your needs and whatever else is going on in your life. And if you need a week off, have a week off. And if you want to work really hard over a weekend and complete a couple of assignments in a weekend, then great, you can do that.
Exactly.
So how did you find online learning and fitting it in with everything else, so you've still got your job and your social life?
Well, when I was first reading about how long it can take everybody, and it said with a full-time job you can get it done within 9 months. So I was like, great, 9 months, I'll sort it. And then it exactly took me 2 years. But I think I just, not that I relaxed enough, but I think I just felt that I didn't want to rush myself. I wanted to get it right first time, and I wanted to make sure that I took. But although I didn't realise how long I'd taken,
No,
a
well,
really
that's
good thing as well.
in the beginning, when we say you've got 2 years, people go, oh, 2 years, I won't need that long. And most people don't. But actually 2 years does pass quite quickly, and it's nice to have that access and that flexibility, to be able to, as you say, just do it at your own pace and not feel like it's a burden. You don't want it to be something that's a chore and that you don't like, because this is the new thing you want to do.
Yeah, I never wanted it to turn into something that I wasn't enjoying doing. I always wanted to get onto my computer and really embrace that side of learning and enjoy what I was doing, rather than it be oh god, I've just got to go home and start my coursework again.
Yeah.
So every time I logged onto the computer, I had the passion to get it get it right and enjoy what I was doing. That was a big thing for me. I never wanted it to feel like it was just work, if that makes sense.
You just did it randomly. You didn't have a set pattern. You just, when you did stuff, you did, and that was it.
Yeah. I mean, I like to set myself, like, I always made sure I did at least 2 evenings a week, whether that be an hour, 2 hours, even spend the whole evening doing it. I always tried to make sure that it was at least 2 evenings, because I didn't want to get it too out of hand with the timelines. But, well, not the timelines. In my own head, I always have my own timelines. But
yeah, absolutely. And if you're going into this industry and that's what you're going to be, a planner and timeline, all that kind of stuff, then it's good practice to get yourself into that routine and see if you can stick to your own deadlines as well, if you're going to be working in that world. So you're still at that point, you're working in the call center and doing the course. And then what was your next step? Because I know you found some work experience.
So yeah, I'd say about 3-4 months into the course, it dawned on me that this is a completely new industry to me. I can't be naive to the fact that I haven't done anything in wedding and events apart from my coursework and helping out friends. And it is a totally different side, being the professional rather than just a friend,
Yeah.
So I contacted a few wedding planners, but some of them, they just said they didn't have enough work on for me to help. But when I was looking at one of the Academy's Wednesday reports, I came across Holly Poulter, who's the owner of Pretty Please Events. Contacted her, and she was really lovely and said that she would give me an internship through her company, which was such a buzz to think that I was actually going to be working for her, doing weddings and just generally getting the build up of what it was like before a wedding day and all the things you needed to prepare yourself with. Even small things like calling up delivery companies for when they could deliver this tiki hut the bride had ordered. The smallest things that you'd think would come easy to you, end up doing a lot of research for.
Definitely. That's a really good learning curve, even in itself, just the phone calls and the emails. And Holly was one of our students.
That's
nice. And often we do find that our students help each other and kind of share that advice going round, or the experiences, or are happy to have someone come and work with them once they've got their business up and running. So that's really nice. And that then either it's that opportunity, that moment where you think this is not exactly what I thought it was, or actually, yeah, this is good and I like it and I can do this.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it was quite funny because the first wedding I worked with her on, she said, oh, well, you can go because there's not much need to do. Just kind of watch over and let me keep me update with timings, because it was all about when the guests were going to arrive at the reception, which she was still setting up. And the amount of things that could have gone wrong, above the light up letters in the ceremony. There was a big BT van parked outside the chapel, so the bride couldn't pull outside the chapel. And all the guests do look at you and say, well, you're the planner, you've got to solve this. And no matter what you do, you never know you never can prepare yourself. But I think what the course teaches you is that, it's true of wedding planning. You never can prepare, but as long as you stay calm and you look, and with that situation, it really was just showing that I was trying. I called BT. I ran down all the neighbours' houses asking who had a BT van there, but you never know what's going to happen.
No, you can't. And no amount of doing a course, no amount of years of experience is going to help you when suddenly that BT van arrives and it's just in the wrong place. But you then just change other things around and you just work around it. And to you in that moment, it's like the biggest issue. But the bride maybe doesn't even notice, or it just, it's through the day, they have a great day. And you sort of learn that as well. That as long as you, as you said, as long as you do your best, that's it. And you learn from that one. And then maybe next time you think, oh, I'll just drive down there the hour before and just put a couple of cones out, or just see. But sometimes we can overthink as well and over worry, and try and prepare for absolutely everything, and that's not possible either.
No, you can't prepare for every situation. But it's just, I found it hilarious that my first wedding and something like that would happen.
Yeah, but that's good. You know, that's the reality, isn't it? So that was nice that you were able to experience it firsthand.
Yeah, definitely, and I really enjoyed it. And the parents of the bride and groom were so lovely, and they said that all they did was see me and Holly run around all day.
Yeah.
So they all know
Oh yeah. They do. They really appreciate.
that you're working hard at the end.
Yeah, and that's really
So,
nice when you see it all come at the end. You know, at the end of the day when you're tired and you go home and stuff. That's a lovely feeling to feel like it was a success and you had this great event and you've pulled it off. So that's really nice. And that was basically just you getting yourself out there and contacting people and trying to find that work experience.
yeah, just showing that I was willing, and that I wanted to learn, and it wasn't just I thought it'd be as easy as getting a course and a job would be there like that. You know, I had to get out there and
Yeah.
find the experience.
Yeah, no, absolutely. You're right. So so then what did you do after that? So you've done your work experience. How long were you there with Holly? What did you do? Just a couple of weddings, just
Yeah, it was well, Holly is now setting up a new company, but it's all kind of gone quiet that side. But I decided that I wanted to outside, even though the course was on wedding planning. I thought that it's never going to be any harm seeing the other side of the corporate. So I contacted Standard at Chamber Essex of Commerce and asked if they would take me on as an intern, which they did. So I helped out with them doing some corporate events, which was during the week, and I had to take time off work, but it wasn't a problem. Again, you make sacrifices for what you want to do. So, and that was really interesting, just to see a different side of the event industry.
yeah, no, and that's a really good idea. Those sort of those business and networking things. There's always things going on. There's always things they're putting out, and it is just volunteering. You know,
Yeah,
volunteer. Say I can do that. I can help. I'll just come. I'll just be there if you need me. They get to know you, learn your name, who you are. Maybe if they get stuck another time, they think, oh, we'll just ring Danielle, and something maybe evolves from that. So again, it's putting yourself in the right place, meeting people, getting out there, being brave. You must have been a bit brave, a bit confident to do that.
yeah, it was nerve-wracking, but I mean, the worst someone's ever going to say to you is, "Oh, I'm sorry, we haven't got any work at the moment, but we'll consider you next time." You know, no one's ever going to be mean to you or anything like that. Just get yourself out there and see. You know, you never know. It might even come to a job in the future, as long
Yeah,
as people see you're willing.
yeah. So then after that, then what did you do after that? Because then you've got a job and you're still doing the course. What was the next step for you?
So I thought, because of the internships, I thought now I could probably start applying for jobs. It did take me probably about, I was very naive at first, and I was doing probably the typical thing of going straight in for wedding and event coordinator jobs in venues and hotels. And it was just the reality of I didn't have any experience, and I was going up against people that have had, years of experience in the
Mm,
industry. Um, I realised that you're going to have to start at the bottom. So rather than aiming high, I started going for reception roles, things like banqueting supervisors, just roles underneath to try and build my way up.
yeah,
After a few interviews and a few rejections, I did eventually get a job with an Essex wedding venue as a wedding sales advisor,
yeah,
and I'm really enjoying it. I get to show couples around wedding venues, getting to share my ideas and the
yeah.
different color schemes, and it's the best. I really enjoy that.
Are you there on the day then? You seeing the weddings on the day as well?
I'm a bit of a pain for them, I think, because I asked just to shadow as many weddings as I can.
Yeah,
Um, so even though I'm technically the sales side, if there's a weekend that I'm free, I ask if I can, shadow weddings, and it's really interesting because every wedding's different, every bride's different. You know, even the groom.
mm.
There's just so many different ways it can turn out. Um,
The
and
personalities, isn't it, and the combinations. It's lovely to see.
yeah, and you know, you do get the odd bride, but everyone's lovely.
Yeah, oh,
And that's what you get to them end of the days, and you might be tired and your feet hurt, but you got a smile on your face because you've made this wonderful day for someone. Well, in my case, I've helped make a wonderful day, but I hope in the future that's be actually creating it.
yeah, absolutely. And you should be really proud because you've done all of this yourself. You were working in a call center and you decided to make a change, and you've done, those simple steps, putting yourself out there, doing a course, having a go, applying for jobs, getting to interviews, and just, now working your way up. So have you got a plan for how you want it to evolve? Are you looking for other jobs? Are you happy to stay there?
No, I'm really happy where I am at the moment. They've said that they could see me progressing to a wedding and event manager, and that's really nice to hear. So I'm hoping that I can progress on in that venue, maybe source to other venues in the future. But I'm really happy where I am at the moment.
Yeah.
I'm hoping in the future, once I'm kind of more settled, because I'm trying to save for a house at the moment, so money's pretty tight. I'm going to start my blog soon, and I'm hoping that that's going to open some doors for me. And you already know certain people that stick out in the industry through their blog, so you'd really just aspire to be one of them people.
Yeah,
and then
it is possible.
Yeah, I mean, you've seen it happen, so I'm going to start with that and then just see where I go, and then hopefully after a few clients, if it picks up, I'll hopefully be able to leave and do it full time. But that's in the future.
Because in your assignments, you style it, and you have quite a good business approach, and you call it daisy chain events, and you have a lovely styling to your work, which has evolved, but was sort of there quite early on. So how did you decide on that? How did you come up with all of that?
I don't know. I'm always been a really flowery, girly person, but daisy chain events came around because I just love daisies, and I really wanted to incorporate a bit of me into the company, rather than just my name, which is very long. I thought, no, let's put some of my personality in there. The whole styling of it all, I think I wanted it to be girly, but I didn't want to have too much pink or anything like that, because I want to approach all brides. I don't want people to feel that I'm just going to be a certain type of planner. And I just thought the green and the oranges, and similar actually to the UK Academy's colours. I just thought it really went really well. And
yeah, it's really nice, and not a lot of our, when our students start in the beginning, they're presenting stuff to us that's just a very basic black and white Word document.
Yeah.
But as it starts to evolve, and they understand that actually you can put styling in, then it does, as you say, it shows their personality and just increases their brand awareness and the vision of where they're going. I think it makes it more real than just an assignment if you can try and style that. So it's been lovely that even though at the moment you're not setting up a business, that you were able to do that, and I think that you got the best out of the course by doing that. I know you're nearly finished.
Yeah. I handed my last assignment in last night, so.
Oh, did you?
Yeah. Well done.
I haven't seen it yet. I will get around to marking it and give you your feedback, and then we'll send off for your certificate for you. So congratulations, that's a good end to this.
I know, I can't believe it. I wanted to complete it exactly on the 2-year mark, so I did.
You get that last little incentive as well when that deadline's coming round, so that's great, and all that you've achieved. And if you do it the way you've done it, it's going to take longer if you're fitting in work experience and volunteering and other opportunities. And I think that is a really good way to do it, because the course has a natural progression, and if you do it too quickly, you miss that because you don't grow with it.
Yeah.
And I think you've allowed yourself time to grow and experience different things and then come back into it, which is great. So just finally, would you have any advice for our students, current students or new students?
Just to, take your time. Don't freak yourself out thinking that you have to get it done in 9 months like I did at the start. Sit after, say if you've done a few hours, take a break, sit back, look over what you've done, and make sure you're happy with it. If you're not happy with it, leave it to another day. And with it, I definitely advise getting some form of experience even while you're doing the course, because it gave me so much help, even with assignments down the line. Just having that little bit of experience was an absolute lifeline, and getting to talk to real planners in the industry, who can just give you honest opinions about how they started up, and getting advice from them, it's invaluable.
Yeah, I agree. It gives you something to reflect on, so it makes the situations and the scenarios in the course seem real, doesn't it? Because you can think, oh, I remember when that happened, and then you can answer with a little bit more authority and confidence, because then you truly do understand and feel that situation. And I think also what you were saying about the course, and how you present it, the elements, and make sure that it reflects you and that you're happy with it. Yeah. I think that's really important. So if you hand in something that is just a very basic black and white Word document, that is a reflection of you. So try just that little bit more to put yourself into it and show yourself to us, and then that will help for you showing that to everybody else as well, I think.
Yeah, 100%. It's going to be your company. It's going to be how you want everyone to perceive it. So if you're bubbly, make it bubbly. If you're more to the formal, make it formal. It's just that person's going to be trusting you with the most important day of their life. So you have to shine through your website. And I think, that's the most important thing when a bride first clicks onto you, is they have to see you.
Yeah, absolutely, because that's what you're selling, isn't it? Yourself in the beginning. Thank you, Danielle. So any questions for me before we finish? You've finished your course.
I know. Not so much questions, just thanking you, I suppose. Just thank you for all your help, all your support. It feels like the longest road with everything I've done in between, but
but a success. I think also the other thing is that sometimes there's the story of, it was taking me so long, so I never got it finished. You're not that story. You are the person that took your time over it and paced yourself and did it your way, which is exactly what you should do, and didn't cut those corners. And just to say that obviously we will still continue to be here, and I hope that you keep us updated with everything. So email me. I'm here for you for as long as you need. Any questions, any queries, when you do launch your blog, please do let us know. I think it'll be great. One of our earliest students, I don't know if you've been in touch, Sonia Collette, she started Want That Wedding.
Yeah, I saw her website. It's really
and we met up with her at the Wedding Blog Awards. So hopefully, Danielle, I'll meet you at the Wedding Blog Awards.
Hopefully.
You've got to aim, haven't you? You've got to go for it, and I think that's what you've done so far, and you should be really proud of yourself.
Oh, thank you so much. No, if you want something, you just got to go out and get there. And I am really proud of myself when I sit back and think of what I've achieved. If you want something, you have just got to work hard, and it'll come.
Yeah, brilliant. You're a good testimony to it all. So thank you very much. We'll finish now, and I'll be in touch about your certificate once I've marked your final assignment. Well done.